Good morning, Perth. It is Thursday, the 23rd of January 2020, and what I'm doing this morning is showing you my breakfast of eternal health, coined by a very lovely patient that used to come and see me, a girl called Susie, an American girl who's gone back to the States. If you're watching this, Suze, hope you're doing well. So this is what I have for breakfast every single morning. What does a nutrition person have for breakfast? Well, I'm going to show you. I like a NutriBullet because they're awesome and they're really easy to use. You can use any blender, I guess, but this is generally what I have for breakfast, excuse me, every single day of the year. I never get sick of it, and it's super, super nourishing. So I start with some oats. So I'm going to put some oats in the bullet. You can use more, you can use less. Oats are very nourishing, good for gut problems, they're good fibre. They're a gluten-free grain. They can have gluten in them sometimes because they get processed on machines that also process other gluten grains. And for some people, they find it difficult for the gut because they also have proteins in them that some people can find difficult to digest. But traditionally, oats should be a very good nourishing thing for stomach and intestines. So maybe they work for you or maybe not, but that's about how much I'm going to start with. Not a huge amount. So I start with some oats, and then I'm going to add a mixture of, this is sunflower and pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin, they're both really good omega-3s, which means they're anti-inflammatory. The pumpkin seed has a lot of zinc in it, which is very good for the immune system, skin, and for the prostate gland in men, as is some other things, so which I'll talk about in a minute. The sunflower seeds are very, very good natural forms of calcium, so they're very good for bones, and again, they're an omega-3, they're very good healthy fat. So I'm going to put in about, I don't know, a tablespoon maybe, something like that. I don't really measure necessarily, I just, because I've made this so many times, I just go that much. Sometimes I have more, sometimes I have less. Next thing I want to put in is chia seed. This is black chia, and chia is an omega-3. Which is again is an anti-inflammatory thing. It's a very, very good thing also for gut lining and to help you stay full. If you haven't seen chia before, it is awesome. It swells up to about 3 times the size as soon as you put water with it. So I always get greedy and take too much chia, so my wife put a spoon in here, so I'm just going to have 1 spoon of that, which is about, again, about a tablespoon, something like that. All right. Next, I'm going to put in goji berries, which are awesome. Goji, we need to get some more, there's not much left in here. Goji berries are a bit unusual as a fruit because they're a complete protein. There's all the amino acids in goji, which is not many fruits you find with that much protein in them. A lot of different minerals in there. They're also very good. They're a vitality kind of a thing. So gochiza in Mandarin, it's a herb that we use in Chinese medicine to help lower back pain, knee pain. They're a kidney yin tonic, which basically means they help invigorate you and keep you young. So, you know, from a Western medicine perspective, they are also very, very good at stimulating the ability to make human growth hormone, which is a hormone that basically keeps you young and vigorous. And that's why goji berries have always been linked to kind of youthfulness and, you know, feeling strong and healthy. That's the point. And again, I don't measure it, I just say about a tablespoon. The last thing I'm going to put in is coconut. So coconut is, again, really, really good for prostate problems. Composition of coconut, all coconut is kind of interesting. They used it during the First World War and the Second World War for blood transfusions for soldiers. So coconut water is very, very close to blood plasma. So it's very good to nourish blood, and you know, if women don't have enough amniotic fluid if they're pregnant, coconut water is one way of helping to build that, which is kind of amazing. But for men, coconut like this, I use 2 of these small spoons, which is about a tablespoon. But yeah, an excellent thing that I have every day. I love coconut, I eat a lot of it. So that's pretty much it. So we got the oats, we got chia seeds, we've got pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, there's coconut in there, and there is goji berries. And to that, I will then add maybe about half a banana, because banana's awesome. This one's huge, so I'm only going to use about half. And if you want some more fat in there, I thought this was weird when my wife showed me this, but now I actually do it every day, is I also add about half an avocado. Because again, avocado is a very, very healthy fat and very good for you. This is huge, this one, and it keeps you fuller for longer, that's the point. So people talk about having, oats predominantly just for breakfast, and because it's a carbohydrate, you're going to burn through it very quickly. So you've got to add fat to it, and then it's going to keep you fuller for longer. So that's basically it. You can stop there and you can just add water, and you can blitz that in the NutriBullet and take it to work. They have these really quite cool lids. This is why I like them, because you can take it to work, drink it in the car, on the train, on the tram, on the bus, whatever it is that you're doing. And if you don't get through it, then you can have it for morning tea. So that's what I find very, very convenient. Shouldn't really drink it on the way to work, but hey, everyone's busy, and I'm no exception. So sometimes when I'm going to clinic in the morning, I have to just have that like that. I actually do more than that, and you don't necessarily have to, but I'm going to show you what else I put it in, because for me, it's all about nutrition. So what I've got here is a magnesium powder, and this is a practitioner-only orthoplex. I sell this in the clinic. So I'm going to have about a teaspoon of that. Again, this is extra stuff. You don't need to have that. You can just stop it there and add water, blitz it, and you're good to go. So that's magnesium powder. I'm going to put in zinc and vitamin C, because they're both very good for the immune system and for skin healing, for elasticity, etc., etc. Very highly rated things, and this is a really good powder. Again, this is a practitioner only brand, so I have about half a teaspoon of that. And I've also got a probiotic powder, which I'm just trying to get through. It's kind of older stock, so I'm using it for myself. But this is a really good one. This is Panexia, and that's a very good Australian brand. And I'm just going to put a spoon of that in. That is a powder as well. And then the last thing I'm going to put in, which is going to make everything go incredibly green, is spirulina. So spirulina is more or less the highest protein food on the planet. There's more amino acids in spirulina per gram than you get from steak or bacon or whatever. So people ask, where are you going to get your protein from as a vegetarian? Well, things like this. There is no better protein on the planet. A lot of minerals in there, a lot of nutrition in spirulina as well. Can be too cold for some people. Energetically, it's a very cold medicine, so you have to be a bit careful with it if you have gut issues. But I don't have that, so for me that's fine. And men generally run very hot, so for me having something that's going to cool me down is very good. So that's the extra nutrition I put in: the magnesium powder, zinc and vitamin C, and then I put in a probiotic, and then I put in spirulina. Now you can do that, or you can leave all them out. That is fine. Again, I run very hot, so what I like to have is something quite cold. So what I'm going to do from there is put some ice in there, because I like it to be cold. And then just behind you, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this up with water. You don't necessarily need to have cow's milk or oat's milk or almond milk or whatever. You can if you want. But there's nothing wrong with just using water, filtered water. So there we have that now full of water. That is ready to go. All I have to do now is get the blades. I screw them on and I blitz it. About 10 seconds is all you need, and now you have a cup of super deliciousness. It looks kind of interesting, and it's very, very green, and that's because of the spirulina. So if you don't want it to look green, well then don't put the spirulina in. But you don't. It looks very different than how it tastes. When people see you drink this, they're like, "Oh my God, you're weird. That looks disgusting." But actually, it's delicious. It's quite sweet. It's got the fruit in there, the goji berries. Some of these nutritional powders have stevia in there, which is a natural sweetener. So that will make it quite sweet. I can use that lid if I'm going to go to work, but I'm not working today. So all I do is just put a lip cap on. These NutriBullets aren't great to drink straight away, but if you just put that little lip seal on, then it is good to go. So that is my breakfast of eternal youth made into a drink, which I have every day. Cheers.